Let me tell y'all something about me. I love 80s horror movies. Movies like They Live, Aliens, Halloween 4, The Thing. Like, man, how cool it must have been to grow up in that era with these movies coming out in theaters. Man! But out of all of these movies, there's one in particular that I've never really heard many people talk about. It's one I grew up watching called Night of the Comet from 1984, directed by Tom Eberhard. And it is so freaking good. In this story, everyone is celebrating a rare comet sighting, something that apparently only happens once every few hundred years. So everyone's out partying, everyone wants to see it, you got people debating, scientists are out. It's a pretty big deal. It's like the eclipse. Now, somehow, the rays of the comet have a really nasty impact on the globe and the people. Everyone who was outside to watch it have died and turned to dust. There's clothes everywhere, there's dust everywhere. It's like a freaking Thanos snap, literally. And then you have some people who weren't outside. Those people turned into zombies. And these aren't your average Walking Dead type mindless zombies. No, these are more smarter zombies with the ability to talk and think.
We can get them.
Hey, we
have to get them.
Now, the people who weren't affected, our main cast is Regina, her little sister Samantha, a dude named Hector, and a few others throughout the story. They weren't affected by the comet's rays because they were all in places. When the comet passed through the earth, these characters were all in places surrounded by steel. Regina slept in a movie theater box. That building apparently is made of steel. Hector slept in the back of his truck, which is made of steel. Places like that. Samantha slept in a shed or a greenhouse, something like that. It was made of steel. So that is what saved our protagonists and some antagonists throughout the story. But this story mostly focuses on Regina and Samantha. Yes, Night of the Comet is a chick flick. It is. It really is. This movie is a chick flick. It really is. But I would never recommend a movie that was bad. This is a chick flick, but it is a really good chick flick. I promise it's so good. There's zombies, there's monsters, there's blood, there's horror, but at the same time, it definitely braces its comedic ridiculousness. It has a perfect balance between humor and horror. I watched this movie with my mom when I was a kid several times growing up. It came out on this network. I don't know if the channel was called This TV. I don't know if that channel still exists. Growing up, we didn't have cable. But I'll never forget when the channel came. It was called This Network, and they played when it first came out, it played all good movies. All good movies. Matter of fact, my love for 80s and 90s movies came from this network. When this came out, they played movies like RoboCop, the RoboCop trilogy, the Terminator movies, Karate Kid, all 4 movies of the Karate Kid, the originals, Maniac Cop. So many great movies, so many good movies came out. This is where my love for old classic films came from. And of course, Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet's story is simple. It's about 2 teenage girls surviving. It's a simplistic storyline, but very direct. And also there's some love in it as well, as the 2 sisters become closer in a way that probably they never would have if it weren't for this horrible situation that the world's in. There's a decent amount of character arc between the 2 that I love, and I think what I love most about it is just the classic 80s vibe. This movie embraces the times in which it came out in, from the music to the cheesiness to the fashion. But really what's really good is the atmosphere, the overall look of it all. Just look at these red LA skies over a ghost town of a city. Look at the emptiness. It's such a vibe, the dusty atmosphere. It all sets the ominous tone of the movie. It's all beautifully haunting. Seeing Regina on a motorcycle driving through the streets of LA, red skies. It's empty, it's haunting, it's so freaking good. And besides zombies, you also got these dying scientists underground who are hunting down survivors to harvest their untainted blood to keep the zombie disease at bay. So there's constant opposition that Regina and Samantha are surrounded by, and it's all entertaining with honestly memorable and great storytelling and memorable and great characters.
You dirty rat. Get her, boys!
This is a movie, I would say it's not really supposed to be taken that seriously, but I think it's a hit. All the actors, even the goofy characters, took their roles seriously. Serious moments are serious, goofy moments are hilarious, and suspenseful moments are suspenseful. This isn't like any other post-apocalyptic horror movie that you will ever see. This is a literally, girls just want to have fun movie. And it's really good. I can't deny it. I love this chick flick. Now, it's not really something that I would recommend for anyone, like how some movies are. There's some movies that I would recommend to any and everybody. This, I don't know, because this is a different kind of apocalypse, a post-apocalyptic type movie. But I will say that if you like 80s movies, I think you'll like this. And if you like horror movies in general, you gotta give this a chance. I love this movie. This is one movie that I can watch anytime. I've not seen it in a long time, but I do love it. The characters are smart, solid, the soundtrack is amazing, the story is good, and the characters only elevate it, and the vibe is amazing. It grossed over $14 million when it first came out on a budget of $700,000. It received positive reviews across all platforms like Rotten Tomatoes. It's a cult classic. And what's really interesting is that this movie also influenced the creation of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I never knew. Joss Whedon, who was the writer for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series, said that he was influenced by Night of the Comet. He noted how this movie had a cheerleader as one of the main characters, but that's not what defined her. Samantha, like Buffy, had extracurricular activities that mirror aspect of their personality, but it wasn't their whole character. Night of the Comet showed the power of a female-led story with good direction and a strong premise. You can watch Night of the Comet either on soaptoday.com, which is, a website that I always recommend for any movie or TV show. It's free. Why pay for subscription? Or you can literally watch it right now while you're on YouTube watching me. You can get on, after this video is over, you can get on YouTube right now, type in Night of the Comet, boom, the whole movie is right there, free, right now. There's literally nothing stopping you from watching this movie. It's free right now. Guys, this movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love it. I love it. 10 out of 10. Literally. I love this movie. I love the characters in it since I was a little kid. I've loved it, and I love it just as much today. This was another old school horror movie review. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you have seen this movie, or if you leave this video, go watch it, come back and comment what you thought of it. And let me know what your favorite old school movie was in general. If there's a movie, old school movie from the 80s or the 90s that you want me to watch and review, let me know that down below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit that little bell notification when you do. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
No, you'll never give up. Oh, no.